During the 1950s and 60s, American car manufacturers were highly enthusiastic about jets and space exploration. They conceptualized some incredibly cool concept cars that left people in awe. Join us on a fascinating journey as we explore the most impressive ride designs from America's past. Don't miss out on hitting the subscribe button for more amazing content like this. Number 10. 1951 GM LeSabre. Do you love cars that are sleek, fast, and powerful? Then let's talk about the 1951 GM LeSabre. It drew inspiration from fighter jets, making it one remarkable ride. This baby was a total trendsetter with its daring design philosophy. All credit goes to those combat airplanes that had taken over our skies by this time. Now let's talk about going big or going home. The LeSabre concept surely knew how to push boundaries back then, as it displayed a sleek exterior style never before seen on American roads. And what's more, that iconic front-end grille resembling an F-86 Sabre plane. But hey, don't judge this car solely based on looks, because underneath its hood sat some serious power. With stunning stats like producing almost 340 horses while developing around 290 pounds-per-feet of torque, all thanks to turbojet-fueled engines running the show. It definitely blew minds away. Number 9. 1953 Chevrolet Corvette EX52. The 1953 Chevrolet Corvette EX52 is undeniably one of the most iconic and influential American cars ever created. While other vehicles were growing in size, the first-ever Corvette concept captivated everyone with its timeless style, inspired by bygone decades. Originally showcased as a dream car at GM's Motorama Auto Show, the public's love for it was so overwhelming that they demanded to see more. The production model closely resembled the prototype, but with enhancements that made it even better. Equipped with an impressive engine affectionately nicknamed Cougar, this beauty had power to spare. It could reach astonishing speeds in no time flat. When it made its debut at Motorama in 1953, the crowd erupted in applause for this incredible machine. Before long, every driver yearned for a taste of what made the Corvette shine, the under-the-hood magic that bestowed unparalleled strength on any road. That's why, even today, we continue to remember and celebrate everything that makes America's greatest sports car so special. Nothing else comes close. Number 8. 1954 Lincoln Futura. The 1954 Lincoln Futura was a massive car that became the undisputed king of American roads during the 50s. It captured everyone's imagination and embodied everything they imagined cars would be in the future. What makes this ride so unique is its shark-like appearance. Yep, you heard that right. Designer Bill Schmidt drew inspiration from diving with sharks to create those slick lines on this fine automobile. One thing's for sure, if there were an award for coolness, then these tailfins definitely deserve one. These bold and daring features accentuated every inch of the Futura's design, making it stand out like no other car before or since. And wait till we tell you about what sits atop. This majestic beast came equipped with all-glass roofing. Yeah, all-glass roofing, taking panoramic views around your journey destination to a whole new level of enjoyment. There are some pretty cool technological advancements too, such as automatic push-button transmission, providing smooth gear shifting while enhancing the behind-the-wheel experience. Plus, powered by huge V8 engines producing a staggering 300 horsepower, it gets higher mileage along the way, showcasing true US engineering pride. And let's not forget Batman fans everywhere rejoice to see their Caped Crusader driving his iconic Batmobile, none other than the stunningly futuristic-looking 54 Lincoln Futura, which reminded them how timeless excellent engineering really is. Number 7. 1954 Ford La Tosca. The 1954 Ford La Tosca was a snazzy concept car that took cues from the futuristic jet age. Just like its cousins, the Lincoln Futura and GM LeSabre, this ride boasted massive proportions that were all the rage at that time in America. But hold on, the folks at Ford didn't call it quits there. They went ahead to add unique elements to make this dream machine one of a kind. One thing that made people's jaws drop upon seeing this beauty was its love for triangles. From the tail fins down south to the grille up north, everywhere you looked screamed triangle mania. Even more impressive are those super cool lights out back crafted like fighter jet exhaust pipes. Talk about embracing your inspiration. But wait, there's more. This shockwave-making vehicle couldn't be driven by any mere mortal, but was remotely controlled instead. Sadly, we never saw La Tosca cruising around town as it wasn't built with today's roads or practicality in mind. However, its legacy lives on. So, if ever anything reminds us what cars could look like when creativity reigns supreme over functionality, then be sure our minds would flash back to this icon. Not only because of how bold and cutting edge it comes off, even now, but also as an early design model for future generations which continue pushing boundaries within their own world-changing inventions. Number 6. 1956 Oldsmobile Golden Rocket. Check out the 1956 Oldsmobile Golden Rocket, a sweet ride that blends some of the best elements from both space travel and jet airplanes. This concept car was all about pushing limits, with new features that were high-tech and futuristic for their time. One thing you'll notice is how compact this baby is compared to other cars from back then. That's because they spent tons of time studying aerodynamics, or what makes things move smoothly through the air, in order to create something really sleek and streamlined. And speaking of rockets, take a look at those silver domes on either side. They totally give off major spaceship vibes, making it feel like you're blasting into orbit as you cruise down the street. Not only that, but check out those shark fins popping up towards the back end too. And let's not forget about its super cool front grille shape, which looks kind of triangular yet vertical at the same point. All these innovative designs make sure everyone knows who's pulled up when cruising around town. Underneath its slick exterior lies an ultra-powerful V8 engine generating 275 horsepower under the hood. Perfect for unleashing each opportunity afforded by open roads during long drives or short getaways alike. Number 5. 1956 GM Firebird II. Back in 1956, a landmark moment occurred that changed the automotive game forever. The General Motors Firebird II was born, and it was like something out of this world. This epic car took futuristic engineering to brand new heights by being the first ever gas turbine family car built and tested stateside. What stood out about the sensational Firebird II? Well, for starters, it could potentially drive itself at just one push of a button. Yeah, with its clever electronic receivers on board, navigating safely through life's windy roads became an absolute breeze. Inside was pretty dreamy too. There were TV screens providing all sorts of handy travel information, making road trips more fantastic than ever before. And what did this visionary vehicle look like on the outside, you ask? Think rocket ship style meets aerodynamically focused body detailing. Words can't do it justice. With such exceptional groundbreaking innovations folded into every last detail, we're talking guidance systems embedded directly onto scenic causeways, plus cutting-edge capabilities that make high-speed journeys feel like they take mere seconds. The Firebird II showed us, without any reserve, exactly where cerebral creativity can go when ambition knows zero boundary restrictions. So if you want to know how people back then turned dreams into reality, have a closer peek under their hoods. Failures didn't bring them down, but instead fueled their imaginations, sometimes even beyond our comprehension. Number 4. 1957 Ford Nucleon. Did you know that back in 1957, Ford created a car so innovative and groundbreaking that it opened up new doors for the automotive industry? That's right, the Ford Nucleon was way ahead of its time, even by today's standards. It had an extraordinary concept where it could travel approximately 5,000 miles without refueling because of its small nuclear reactor power source. But wait until you hear about its mind-blowing design. Its proportions were off the charts unique for back then, stretching over 16 feet long by just under 7 feet wide and standing only 3.5 feet tall. Now that's noteworthy. Although we never got our hands on one because it wasn't produced commercially, the inspiration is intact as revolutionary innovation always takes time but lasts forever. The legacy continues, pushing boundaries beyond what anyone thought possible years ago. Number 3. 1961 Chrysler Turboflite. Meet the 1961 Chrysler Turboflite, a concept car that screams futuristic design ideas of the early 60s. Its super sleek and aerodynamic body reflects the spirit of space-age excitement that surrounded people back then. Similar to other prominent concepts from earlier years, what makes this one stand out are the bold glass bubble canopy windows. These radical features automatically lift up when you pull open their handles. In order to make sure airflow is optimized for maximum speed, designers minimized extra details on the front end without sacrificing style or personality in any way. Plus, check out those incredible vertical tail fins that link together, creating an absolutely distinctive rare wing-shaped structure. It's like nothing you've ever seen before. Powering everything forward with cutting-edge gas turbine engine technology just takes things even further into uncharted territory. This particular advancement certainly highlights how dedicated Chrysler really was to advancing automotive engineering during such exciting times. Number 2. 1963 Chrysler Turbine Car. The 1963 Chrysler Turbine car was a game-changer in the world of cars. It combined futuristic design with practicality, making it unlike anything anyone had ever seen before. The car's smooth lines flowed beautifully from front to back, giving it that streamlined look we all admire today. And those jet engine-style taillights, absolutely out of this world cool. But the real kicker for this bad boy was its gas turbine engine, which set it miles apart from traditional engines at that time. Unlike regular combustion engines, the gas turbine allowed the turbine car to run on multiple fuels and demonstrated an alternative form of propulsion system worth exploring further. Although challenges still existed around high fuel consumption and complex maintenance requirements associated with such groundbreaking technology, this didn't stop them from paving new ways forward faster by providing a smoother ride than other vehicles available then. It made every drive feel like you're gliding through space. Number 1. 1963 Ford Seattleite. Meet the 1963 Ford Seattleite, also known as the 11th, a legendary concept car that's left an everlasting imprint on people's minds. It's considered one of the most influential concept vehicles ever created and made its debut at New York City's World Fair back in '62. The design alone will take your breath away. It looks like something straight out of a sci-fi movie with 4 gigantic exhaust pipes resembling jet engines. But wait till you peek inside. There are not just 2, but 4 front wheels that make steering as easy as can be. And don't get us started on how smooth driving feels thanks to fingertip controls and travel programming computers. But what really sets this bad boy apart from every other car history has seen is interchangeable fuel cell power units that revolutionize everything we thought was possible. This creative idea came right off another impressive project by Ford called the nucleon concept, basically promoting nuclear energy ahead for all our future rides. Thanks for checking out these amazing futuristic American concept cars from the 1950s and 60s. Subscribe and stay tuned for more mind-blowing videos. Keep fueling your love for cars.